Hello, my fellow targeted individuals. This is Bradley Scott, and I'm going to make this video really short and to the point. It's intended really for people that are new to this phenomena, and these are my 10 best tips on how to survive in this crazy new environment you find yourselves in. The first thing you can do, you've got to eliminate the tracking devices and the software that perps are using to access your information and to surveil you. Obviously, with the things in the news lately about Cambridge Analytica and Facebook sharing user data, as well as other companies, this is all stems from basically the Patriot Act, or basically a loophole in the Patriot Act that allows companies and agencies to record your voice, track your whereabouts. You've basically got the full intelligence, the mechanisms of the full intelligence community now working against you. So number one, you've got to try to eliminate how they're tracking you. So when you go out in public, the first thing you got to get used to is to not take your phone with you. That is providing the information that they need to target you. And the first step is to, if you want to go out and not be stalked, you've got to leave your phone home. So that's my first advice. Second, is you got to look at some of the apps that are really abusing your privacy. One of the, probably the number one is Facebook's Messenger app. That's one you got to eliminate immediately. Realize that you're being tracked across multiple platforms, but that's the first step. Get rid of the Facebook Messenger app, and when you leave your house, do it at a time that's maybe later in the day, or be unpredictable in your behavior, especially when traveling around. My next advice is don't waste your money. You're going to need it, and be very careful about what you spend your money on. Don't spend your money on things that are frivolous or useless. You're going to need everything that you have. My next advice is to protect your closest relationships. And there's, unfortunately, the aspects of gang stalking mimic mental health issues. And so one of the ways that you can protect your family is to not present this in a way that makes you look like you're crazy. And so, I'll be doing later videos that'll explain kind of how to do that. But whatever you can do to protect those relationships, whether it's a mother or father or siblings or your friends, you're kind of your own worst enemy in this area, because you can do damage to yourself just by appearing crazy, and that's the goal of this system, is to make you basically take yourself out. I know that seems scary, but that's something that you really need to be careful about, how you share that with your family. My next advice is to protect your health. We live in a world now where marijuana and weed, or marijuana and alcohol and Adderall are going to be your worst enemy. So if you can eliminate one of those three things, also cigarettes are your enemy as well. So this is a perfect time to start thinking about your health. And in later episodes I'll explain a lot of that, but you got to pay attention closely to your health, and there's a massive risk with those particular drugs, especially at this time. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, but you're getting something extra in all of those substances, so you want to avoid that. Next is don't go to the police. That I know that may seem like, there's nobody to help you out there. I'm not saying that the police are all corrupt or not trustworthy, but what's going to happen is they won't recognize, what they'll do is they'll see you as somebody that's got a mental health issue, and that is not something that you want. And then be careful who the next is, number 6 is, be careful who you share this situation with. Once again, because you want to really kind of understand what's going on before you start sharing that with everyone, because it'll make you look like you have a mental health problem. Number 7 is educate yourself about your enemy. That's probably the most important thing. Realize that this is real, that this is not a mental health issue. And there's lots of resources out there where you can start to understand what exactly this is and who exactly is doing this to you. That will take you some time if you're new to this. A lot of you probably aren't new to this. And you understand probably better than most about who's really responsible for this. Number 8 is attitude. Your attitude is everything. So staying positive in spite of this seemingly hopeless situation is probably one of the most important things you can do, because what your enemy is trying to do is demoralize you, and that's a powerful psychological weapon. So keep that in mind. There's lots of things you can do to keep your attitude positive, and know that that attitude really is everything in this. Number 9 is know that you're targeted for good things about you, not necessarily bad things about you. Once again, your enemy is trying to demoralize you, and they will find any way to do that. And in later episodes, I'll explain a lot of that. And then for me, as a targeted individual, I've always had a faith in a higher power. I myself am Christian, and I've noticed that a lot of the targeted individuals are Christian. But if you're an atheist or an agnostic, have faith in let's just say a higher power, or have faith in yourself. Know that you are an incredible person, and there's a refiner's fire here that you're going through, and you can turn this into something that is going to make something much harder to attack. And so having that faith really helped me, in spite of all the damage that this has done to me in my life and my family and my relationships. It's strengthened my faith more than anything else. And so, I think prayer can help, and or meditation. You're going to get a lot of information out there that's going to try to point you in this direction or that direction. So the number one thing that helped me survive this is that connection with my Lord, my Heavenly Father. Anyways, so these are my 10 tips to help you with this, and I'll explain a lot more, and hopefully in episodes to come. I'm finding my voice again and finding my strength, and I pray that you all find your strength as well, and just know that you are loved by a large community of people that are experiencing the same thing. My advice is stay strong and know you're targeted for that strength. Question everything, be skeptical about all the information out there, and I hope this message finds you and finds you well. My name is Bradley Scott, and I love you very much. Stay strong.
3, 4, and 5 are on their way up.
He's getting help, boys. He's getting help.
We had an arrangement. No contact.
You broke the rules.
We gotta be heading for the roof. Air One, we need to establish visual on the rooftop, northeast corner, chambers and light.
Copy that. Rooftop, northeast corner, chambers and light.
You know how many federal agents you had following you on that ferry?
I don't.
Who are you working for?
What are you talking about? I'm not working.
Is this about me? Am I a target here? Do they know me?
Who is that?
Do they know me?
I don't know what you're talking about!
You're either very smart or incredibly stupid. Get off.